ass tits.
Welcome to Jake and Trev Review Everything Live. I'm Trev.
And I'm Jake.
And
you caught me off guard on that one.
Ooh. I'm like a...
I was just settling in.
Tonight, you're joining us. It's week 43 here at Jake and Trev Review Everything. Thanks for joining us. We took last week off. We were working hard, not hardly working. What were we working so hard on, Jake?
What was it?
There was a thing.
Oh, our new fucking review!
Yes. It was our new review. We put that up on Monday. Mm-hmm. We got the regular episode of Jake and Trev Review Everything. I'm going to go ahead and pretend that you guys are all a bunch of new people because as famous internet reviewer Linkara says, every episode is somebody's first episode. So if you're just watching this for the first time as a totally fresh viewer, this is the live show. We have the regular show, Jake and Trev Review Everything. Weekly, we also come here for Jake and Trev Review Everything Live, talk about the news, talk about whatever. So, check out Jake and Trev Review Everything. Go to peanutbutterdisaster.com.
I will put that link up.
We're putting that link up. Go to Jake and Trev on peanutbutterdisaster.com, peanutbutterdisaster.com. But it's not just us there. We also have some other fresh reviewers, as many of you know. This week, in fact, today, fellow PBD producer, The Movie Doctor, has put out his latest review.
Oh yeah, he did Poseidon.
The remake of Poseidon they made a few years ago with Kurt Russell.
Excellent review. It was
a good one.
I can't say much for the movie.
Yeah, well, you know, he says all that needs to be said about the movie there. So
you know.
Go check out our episode. Check out The Movie Doctor's new episode on peanutbutterdisaster.com when you're finished with the broadcast
link
tonight.
That will actually link, because ain't nobody got time to copy and paste.
Yes, indeed. Our episode was about Captain America, the Winter Soldier, in case it needed to be said, and I think it did.
Absolutely. No, we unfortunately didn't have a live show last week because we were working on it. We wanted to get that out to you as soon as possible.
Right.
Also, bears mentioning that Kira of the Hipster Ninja Review.
Yes, Hipster Ninja Review, Kira Kennedy.
He is putting out a video on Friday, so keep your eyes peeled for that. We got videos every other day of this week, so, you know.
It's a big week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of new content on the site. So, first things first, let's get to a couple of questions that we got prior.
We're gonna do a speed round. I feel like one of these questions deserves a little bit, but yeah, we'll get to all of these questions. We'll do kind of a speed round. How about we skip this one for now?
That's kind of a more in-depth question. The rest can probably be answered pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do a lightning round for most of them. Okay, first question, Jake. From Michael Swanson, what's your guys' favorite burger or place to get a burger?
Oh man, I don't know. I like all burgers. That's a really hard question.
General purpose, I'd say Wendy's makes the best burger. If I'm feeling a little fancy, I don't mind going up to Hudson's Classic Grill for some tasty $5 fucking, well, more like $8 burgers, but yeah.
No, you know, I'm a simple man with simple tastes. I'm gonna say Whopper.
There you go.
Nothing beats a Whopper.
Classic Whopper.
Not McDonald's though. I'm not really a big fan of burgers.
Okay.
But I do love gourmet burgers. But I love getting them everywhere. I don't know if I've had a definitively best burger. So. Next question. Will J&TRE be attending the Culture of Cult show at the Ordoc tomorrow? Okay, just so you guys know, and I'll give them a bump here. There is a Culture of Cult, or I think that might be Cult of Culture.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
No, it's Culture of Cult.
Oh, maybe it's like a... Okay, I get it.
It's the Culture of Cult art show. And if you're in and around the area in Marquette, Michigan, you want to stop by tomorrow night at the Ordoc Brewery.
Yep.
In Marquette. They're doing the Culture of Cult art show. There's going to be all kinds of great work from local artists around the region.
It's all pop culture oriented.
Yeah.
So it's all TV and movies and music and
Breaking
video
Bad
games.
and Doctor Who and all kinds of, real good kind of niche-y Culture of Cult, culty stuff, really,
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be attending. I won't be attending. I am currently in the middle of moving, so that's kind of,
Unfortunately, we also have a lot of time we need to dedicate to the next Jake and Trevor Review Everything episode.
Yep.
Which is going to be... I don't want to give it away! It's got to have to do something with a movie that's coming out very soon.
Yeah. So,
and it's
speculate wildly amongst yourselves.
Speculate wildly, if you will.
But yeah, okay. So we got a jam-packed month for May. So
that's from Ashley Poeticy. The next question.
Yeah.
Vanessa Peterson asks, "What is your perfect Sunday?" Well, my perfect Sunday is a question we answered one of the most recent weeks. But I would say my perfect Sunday is fudge and cashews on top of chocolate ice cream. There we go. Vanessa Pearson also writes, how do you take your coffee, Jake?
Carefully if it's hot.
Carefully if it is hot. Can DC ever catch up to Marvel?
No.
No, they can't. It's too late. What epic mealtime dinner would you want to have?
All of them, but we've personally made the
fast food lasagna.
Fast food lasagna. If you've never seen Epic Mealtime, go to YouTube, type in Epic Mealtime. They have a huge following, huge channel. They make ridiculous ass food and they eat it on the show. So it's a pretty awesome show. They made fast food lasagna. It was layers of burgers, and in between there was cheese, chili, and bacon.
I'd say
it was delicious, by the way.
I'd like to get in on that lumberjack breakfast they made.
Oh, that was good.
That was.
Where they were
I'm a breakfast man.
Frozen syrup.
I can eat breakfast.
Hockey stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I could have breakfast pretty much any meal of the day.
Absolutely.
So I would love a big ass lumberjack breakfast. Lots of bacon and maple. Anyway, also writes, what is your second favorite color?
Second favorite color. I'd say probably blue.
Green. Mine's green.
Okay. And if you could choose one smell to make your girlfriend's perfume scent, what would it be? I don't know.
Well, I've always been partial to cucumber melon, but I would say I could definitely cope with lilac.
Fuck you, that was my answer.
Well, too bad.
Fuck you.
You waited too long.
Okay, that's the end of the lightning round. Fuck you, Trevor.
It ends with a fuck. Fuck me. Okay.
That was my answer. God damn it. All right, let's. We're gonna get you guys primed for this. If you are new to the show, occasionally we will watch trailers on the show.
We have a variety of segments. Some of them come and go with the winds of change. Feel the wind, the winds of change. Mm-hmm. Scorpions. But one of them is Jake and Trev Watch This, and you can watch it with Jake and Trev. Just go to your YouTube, and you're going to want to search for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 Trailer 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 Trailer 2.
In fact, I'll just fucking link.
We're just going to put up the link, because we can do
Putting up the link. Here we go. Boom. Go there.
And yep, you're going to want to go to that link.
So we're going to do, because there's a delay, we're going to go through a couple of things here real quick, but then we'll jump back to that trailer. Right. So have that trailer primed, and we'll tell you when to play it, so we can all watch it together, like one big fat happy family.
Yep, absolutely.
On the internet. So, okay. So, let's see. Tim Blake Nelson in final talks to join the Fantastic Four. Now Tim Blake Nelson, if you're not familiar, he... Oh, wait a minute! What? He was the guy in The Incredible Hulk.
Yes, he was...
I just made that connection.
Yes, he was Mr. Blue, the scientist who's helping Bruce Banner try to come up with a cure, and who ended up giving the Hulk blood serum after the fact to the Abomination, allowing him to become the Abomination.
Tim Roth.
Mm-hmm.
Who was a house in that movie.
It was great.
That is an underappreciated movie. If you haven't seen it, you have to see Incredible Hulk.
A lot of people seem to think feel like it's skippable. Marvel seems to think that the Hulk is skippable.
It was not. It was good.
It was a good one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
He didn't fight poodles. That's all it really needed, but it was more than that.
But Tim Blake Nelson is that confirmed, Jake? He's confirmed for
Final Talks.
In Final Talks to join the Fantastic Four. Fox is doing a Fantastic Four reboot. For those of you not in the know, many of you are saying, "Gosh, they're not continuing that story from before."
He is going to be playing Mole Man.
Mole Man.
Classic Fantastic Four villain. That excites me a little bit.
See, he doesn't really have like a Mole Man stature, but then again, no one really does. So I guess I can't hold it against him.
Does he look good in those like Kanye glasses with the slit in the...
Hopefully they'll actually let him be the villain, because in that one, obviously, for those of you who don't know, they were the character's name Samuel Stern. In the comics, he becomes another Hulk villain.
The leader.
He's the guy with the big brain, psionic control powers and shit. They kind of set that up there toward the end of the Incredible Hulk, and we haven't seen him back yet. So,
but if he lands this role, he will be the leader of Mole Man.
That's right. So that's at least one kind of Marvel Comics leader. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. All right.
Let's see. I just wanted to make a brief mention about this. Macbeth Helmer Kurtzel tapped to direct Assassin's Creed. This is a Variety article. Apparently this guy is directing an adaptation of Macbeth. I feel like this is a running theme in the video game, fantasy novel, comic book movie, like movie adaptations, all that. Where you have like a classically trained actor or director, and then they're like, all right, put on this cape and swing this hammer around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's... It's funny to think about.
Yeah, they did it with Kenneth Branagh and Thor, classically trained Shakespearean actor, famous Kenneth Branagh. The kids probably know him as Gilderoy Lockhart from Harry Potter 2. But
you kids,
you crazy kids. But yeah, so I mean that seems to be like a kind of a arc trajectory in movie direction that they're working on. Do a Shakespeare, and then do like a comic book or a video game adaptation.
It's just a wild roller coaster. But apparently they're also making a Splinter Cell movie. But it looks like Assassin's Creed is going to star Michael Fassbender, who is also in this Macbeth movie as well. So I just think that's funny that apparently comic book movies and video game movies are now like that's the height of acting in Hollywood or directing.
All right, let's go to the
Person of the Week.
Person of the Week. So for those of you. If you're new to the show, Person of the Week is, it's pretty fucking self-explanatory. Yeah. If you can't figure that one out,
we do a weekly live show.
I got nothing for you, son. But the Person of the Week this week is awarded posthumously to actor Robert Hoskins. Bob Hoskins. He was a total baller PI.
Oh, hell yeah.
In Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Many of you know him from that. He's another classically trained English actor who, is known primarily for a few kind of like movies like that here in America.
You know, the funny thing is that when I heard about this, the first movie I thought of was Michael. With John Travolta.
Oh.
Where he plays an angel.
That's weird.
And Bob Hoskins plays the he plays the editor-in-chief of the newspaper that sends the people out to go investigate to see if he's actually an angel or not.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, the first thing I thought of course, is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, followed by Super Mario Brothers.
Right. Well, I mean, those are... Yeah.
That's a given.
Those are his main roles that he's known for, which I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry, Bob Hoskins, that you're known for Super Mario Brothers.
But you were pretty great all the same.
Oh,
and, so, Person of the Week, posthumously, to Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
Here's to you, bud.
Alright.
I'm sorry there wasn't anything funny about that, you guys.
We'll get to, we usually do morning spoilers. It's an article on IO9, but first, we're going to do the trailer. You got your trailer pulled up.
Pull up your trailer tab.
Trailer.
Okay, and, alright, so you got your trailer tab pulled up
Teenage
now.
Mutant Ninja Turtles - official trailer number 2. You should have the link there in the chat.
Okay, and we're going to press play now. So this one's supposed to have a better look at the turtles than we got last time, so let's see if they still look stupid as hell.
Probably.
Crime, violence, and fear have run rampant.
Okay.
Our great city is being destroyed.
It's the same shit from the other trailer. This one's like 40 seconds longer, though.
People want justice restored to this world.
We're 30 seconds in, still haven't seen any turtles.
Miss O'Neill.
40 seconds in, still haven't seen any turtles.
The heroes are not born.
Oh, I saw one at 47 seconds.
Come to do.
I saw it.
Create heroes.
Okay. Why is Donatello wearing glasses? To make him nerdier?
Yep.
He doesn't need to be any nerdier. He's Donatello. My favorite turtle, by the way. Obviously.
Whoa, chill. It's just a mask. See? Don't freak out. Right?
So it's the same trailer with... Oh, okay, hold on. Alright, so we just watched it. We've seen this trailer a million times, with the exception of... Hold on. Going back here. I will count the seconds.
Heroes.
These new turtle shots.
With a total of 8 seconds of new material! Brand new trailer! Brand new 8 seconds. Fuck you, Michael Bay. You piece of shit.
Okay. So, do the turtles look any dumpier than before? No. In fact, by getting a good look at what Donatello's going to look like, as I'm sure you guys saw, he's got glasses in that one shot that he puts on. Because, you know, I mean, the mutagen probably would just allow his... fuck it, I'm not, you know... Whatever. And he's also got a bunch of, like, mechanical doodads and shit, like, as some, like hanging off of them.
The only thing I can give it is that they all look like they're in character, but you know the thing... Michael Bay, we know you watch the show. Let me let you in on a little secret.
We won't tell anyone else. We can keep it quiet.
In the 80s, which was almost 30 fucking years ago, the most popular iteration of the Ninja Turtles was a cartoon. And in that cartoon, all the turtles looked identical, with the exception of different colored masks. And everyone knew what each turtle, what each of their personalities was, and kind of what they represented, and that thing. Because they developed those characters. So why you gotta put all that shit on him?
It looks like he ran through like a...
Oh, he's the nerdy one! Put a goddamn proton pack on him and put some glasses on him!
Like he fucking ran headfirst through a sharper image and a bunch of shit got stuck to him, you know?
Like, seriously, like, if all you can do... Like, oh, I don't know how to characterize... It's like, there have been... I think there was a Cracked article about how they represent the four humors. You're talking about basic fucking writing.
Real fundamental stuff.
And you can't... oh, no, they gotta have crazy shit all over them, so people know which one is which. Double deuce. Double deuce, Michael Bay. I'm sorry, double deuce. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry.
Isn't.
I'm sorry not.
I'm not sorry either.
Not sorry. Let's check out the chat here. Jamie? Hey, Jamie.
Welcome to the show.
And we got Kira!
Welcome, Kira Kennedy. Kira Kennedy, who we mentioned is going to have an episode up on Peanut Butter Disaster this Friday, has joined us. So everyone say hi, be a sport.
Yeah.
And while you're saying hi to Kira Kennedy, also get used to another new theoretical new viewer. Get used to this. Say hi to my mom and his dad.
Say hi to my dad!
Say hi to my mom! Do it nice! That's the thing we do every week. Parents are always with us, and
Nice.
we're always pretty happy about that.
Alright. Let's dive into the morning spoilers here and find something. Anything.
Oh, Gotham. Okay, so in continuing coverage of the next great television disaster...
which is on Fox, by the way, which we'll get back to in a second, because there's another story here.
Yeah. But Gotham, for those of you who are not in the know, I'm assuming most of you are, it's going to be a television series set in Gotham before Batman is Batman.
Which, again, we said on the show before, that's stupid as hell.
And it's going to focus primarily, the main character is essentially going to be Jim Gordon, with support from his partner Harvey Bullock. But there's also going to be a young Bruce Wayne and an Alfred and they're going to
all Batman's villains are going to be like 10 to 20 years older than him.
Yeah. And it's going to be kind of like an origin thing to show you. Oh, geez, what would Jonathan Crane be like when he was a kid? Nobody gives a shit. But Donald Logue, he's been in like a ton of different TV series. I think you know what I mean. Like he's a real TV veteran. He is going to be playing Harvey Bullock, and he was saying, according to the morning spoilers here, go up. The connection is between the crux of the show. The connection is between Gordon and Bruce Wayne. I'm certainly there for it. I'm more than anything probably concerned about it because it interferes with the proper flow. It's almost like I've seen a young doctor get emotionally involved with a patient. So that's going to be the real crux of the show, is Jim Gordon forging some kind of special friendship with Bruce Wayne. And that's not how it happened. That's not what ever happened. That's not a story I'm interested in.
Yeah, it would be interesting if it was an interesting story. You know, the closest thing to Jim Gordon being...
Can we put that quote up on something? It would be interesting if it were an interesting story.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. There was okay, here, let me let you guys in on a little secret. Yeah, Vanessa asked the question about, do you think DC will catch up to Marvel? And as far as live-action movies, I don't think so. But DC has animated direct-to-DVD movies nailed. Mm-hmm. They have so many. If you haven't seen any of them, I can name, like, Superman vs. Shazam. Mm-hmm.
Superman vs. the Elite.
Batman Year One is the one that I'm talking about here, though. And that's actually very Jim Gordon-centric.
Right.
I think if you didn't have to sell it on Batman, the movie could be called Jim Gordon Year One.
Right.
Because that's exactly what it is.
It spends a lot more time with
There's barely any Batman in it. He's the important... But it's told from Jim Gordon's perspective, too. Really good stuff. It's a cartoon for adults, which, you know... we've been used to for 20 years, so it's not anything new. It's really good.
Hey guys, what do you think is more interesting? The connection between Jim Gordon and Batman, or Jim Gordon and little kid Bruce Wayne? Anybody for the former? Okay, everybody who has a brain. And anyone for the former or the latter? Nobody
wants to see Jim Gordon with a little kid.
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants that story. I don't want that story. And, I feel like we kind of bring this up every once in a while, but we really need to highlight what a useless television series this is.
Yeah. Ugh. Just guh.
Just guh. Also, I believe at the top, the first thing. Yeah.
So, yeah, why don't you read this article, so why don't you frame this up for us?
Okay, so apparently... Sony has set up a thing that if you are watching the credits for Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2...
This is really weird.
And you have a smartphone, you can pull out your smartphone and open up the Shazam app. Not DC's Shazam. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
And not Kazam, because you're way off base.
That's like years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, but if you have a smartphone and you open up Shazam during the Alicia Keys song during the credits, you'll be treated to a glimpse of the sinister future, which will give you brief or small pictures of some details of each of the members of the Sinister Six that in a future movie Spider-Man will have to contend with. And I'm looking at, and on IO9 here on the morning spoilers, they have some the pictures that you will see if you do this, which makes me say if the pictures that you would see if you did that are already readily available on the internet, why would I take, if I'm interested in Spider-Man and I want to see what the Sinister Six is, wouldn't I have done this online instead of I gotta get it on my phone?
That's the problem with this kind of thing, is that, let's say there was a weird world back in the day where you had smartphones, but they weren't, connected to the internet, or maybe, like, if you had some sort of device that would let you do this secret thing, like maybe you mailed in your ticket and they sent you pictures or something, like, then that would be kind of neat because only so many people would have it. But as soon as somebody's like, oh shit, I gotta put this on the internet, then it's over. Then it's just on the internet. Like, I'm sure knowing that using your Shazam will get people to do it at the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. But here's the problem. Like, it's such a weird thing. Like, I assume people will probably just get Shazam to do that and then, like, delete it off their phone, because I don't know many people who use Shazam. It's a weirve tie-in.
I
know you've used it.
I found it to be helpful if I just hear, like, a song mid-going. Who did that song? It's an interesting but they're also, the other half of it is stuff like this. You'll see the icon in a lot of television commercials, and I mean, you and I are a little isolated from this because neither one of us really spends a lot of time watching, cable TV. I mean, obviously, that's kind of like last decade, guys. No, I'm just fucking with you, I don't want to be that way. But, I don't watch a lot of TV commercials, but they do have the Shazam little icon they'll have in the corner sometimes, where if you open up your Shazam, you'll get some kind of coupon or, like, more information about the product or what have you. Mm. But yeah, the thing is that, okay, so they have a list of who's going to be in the Sinister Six that you can ascertain by looking at these pictures.
Yeah.
And
that's his crest, right? That's Kraven, right?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah. Okay,
so that's Kraven, we got Mysterio, the Vulture, that's Rhino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhino, Doc Ock, and Green Goblin.
So yeah, so Green Goblin, Doc Ock, the Rhino, the Vulture, Mysterio, and Kraven. However, but this gives me a lot more concern.
This Mysterio, though. Yeah. I don't like that.
I don't care.
The classic fishbowl. That's all you need.
Fishbowl with the smoke inside. You can't see what his face looks like. He's mysterious and menacing, and maybe he's a magic man. I don't know.
He is a magic man.
Maybe. But yeah, that's kind of interesting, but it gives me more concern because it seems like now they're going to be cramming a couple more villains than we already knew into the Amazing Spider-Man 2, or at least kind of like a setup to it. I think we're probably going to like have some mention of Kraven the Hunter in this movie, for example, or you know what I mean. I think we're going to get a couple of name drops to kind of reference things. Too crowded. The floor is fucking filled up. How are we gonna go out there and dance with Spider-Man? How are we gonna Tobey Maguire that shit out on the fucking dance floor?
If they got like Black Cat in this one, which I've been talking. I've been talking since before we had a show
for years
about Black Cat. Just put Black Cat in there.
Why don't you do it? He says.
It's an interesting, What's funny is, and I don't want to talk about Spider-Man too long. We got a lot of other shit to talk about, but if you'll allow me, let us end on this. I feel like in Spider-Man 2, the tie-in game to the movie, which is the best Spider-Man game I've ever played.
You rant a little bit. I'm going to get some more coffee. If my yawn there demonstrated anything, it's like you need some more coffee.
Get some more coffee. It's good. Okay, so Spider-Man 2 had a video game. Awesome video game. Best Spider-Man video game, in my opinion. In it, they have way more characters than the movie, because it's a video game, you gotta have, if it was just following the storyline, it'd be boring as shit, which a lot of video games have done that. But at some point you team up with Black Cat, and this is supposed to be like based on the movie universe with Tobey Maguire. Point being is that it added a really interesting character depth, because Spider-Man was falling for Black Cat. But that was Spider-Man falling for Black Cat, where Peter Parker was with Mary Jane, so it creates kind of a thing where it's like, well, Mary Jane can't come out with me to be Spider-Man, but then this lady isn't in this cat costume, and she can do all the superheroing, so he's kind of torn between like the regular life and the Spider-Man life as far as romantic interests, and it worked out really well. So I feel like if you could properly bring that to the silver screen, that would be really interesting.
Well, it would. It would give him, a superpowered woman to kind of pal around with, have a kind of a different dynamic. In fact, no female villains or powered female characters so far. There.
In like any movie.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the superheroes. Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Where my villainess is at?
Right?
In a new segment I just invented right now, It's called Hey, I Just Thought of This. The segment's called Hey, I Just Thought of This.
I thought that was already a segment.
It might be. We may have just thought of this before, but hey, I just thought of this. None of the superhero movies have any female villains. What that about?
I mean, there are like lackeys and stuff.
Sure.
Like, for instance, the Wolverine had Venom. Or Viper.
Viper. Yeah, okay. I guess that covers it. And anyone else want to tell me where I'm wrong? Obviously, Catwoman in Batman Returns comes to mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking more like this wave of...
Sure. Man of Steel had the lady...
I'm not talking Poison Ivy from Batman and Robin.
Right.
That's shitty.
That's old. We're talking
we
about
have good superhero movies now.
Current gen.
Yeah.
Current gen. But yeah. But still, yeah, the lady Kryptonian from
yeah, she's
Man of
just
Steel.
a lackey. That doesn't count.
Lackeys don't count. I want fucking... You know what I want in 43? Enchantress.
Hell yeah. No,
The fucking Enchantress
I'd
out
be
there.
fucking down for that.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fucking A.
Villainesses. Okay.
Where my villainesses at?
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, this is a new segment. What was it? I forgot what it was.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Fox cancels Almost Human.
This is really disappointing for Jake. I'm going to let Jake field this one. I know he was the one who really cared about this show.
I love Carl Urban.
I love Carl Urban.
He did an awesome Judge Dredd in the new Dredd.
Mm-hmm.
He plays an awesome character in Almost Human.
Mm-hmm.
Played an awesome character in Almost Human. Damn it.
He's a top-notch Leonard Nimoy, or not Leonard Nimoy. He's top-notch DeForest Kelly impersonator.
I don't like the Star Trek movies, so
okay, no. That's fine. But you cannot separate him doing a good Bones from the quality. You can separate that from the rest of the movie. Everything else on the side,
okay.
He did a great Bones.
He did a great Bones. If you had to basically do exactly what somebody else did with a character, he would win awards for that. My point, but Almost Human is it's weird because it's basically like RoboCop should be.
Mm-hmm. Robert Cop.
And Fox is like, oh no, this show is too good.
And I'm going to bleed that right into the villain of the week, the monster of the week. It's Fox. It's Fox. Yeah. For once again, canceling what was going to probably be a pretty great show with science fiction elements and ditching it before it really had time to blossom. So fuck you, Fox.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of really negative news coming out of Fox this week. So, you know.
Fuck you, Fox.
Fuck Fox.
Really, it's still on Hulu. Go watch some Almost Human. It's really good. You'll feel bad after you get done with it and be like, oh man, they canceled this.
There's no more.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Michael Swanson says, apparently Toad and Havoc are somewhere in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I call bullshit. I'm sorry, sir. Those are X-Men characters. I don't know how that would work. Although, we did cover this on our last live episode, that they are actually putting in a... Or did we? I don't know. It's been a couple weeks, sorry. If we hadn't, they are putting the trailer for Days of Future Past, the new X-Men movie, at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2 due to a contractually obligated contract obligation between Mark Webb and Sony.
It was about freeing Mark Webb up from a Fox contract, so now at the end of Amazing Spider-Man, there's going to be the fucking Days of Future Past trailer.
Right. So it's possible that Toad and Havoc would be in that, especially because Days of Future Past takes place... Days of Future Past takes place in the X-Men First Class era.
Mm-hmm. I was going to suggest that what he may be talking about is Frogman. I mean, there's so many other Spider-Man villains from the third tier in here. Let's just fucking get the fourth tier villains in here. Let's get fucking Frogman and fucking Rocket Racer and fucking the Kangaroo and
I like Rocket...
Judas Traveler and fucking Scryer.
Oh no.
Fucking Tarantula.
Oh god. Make it stop. Oh, third tier villains. Gross.
Oh, those are the worst.
Ugh.
Okay.
Shriek.
Well, there's your problem. Oh, yeah. Go back here. Kennedy said something right there that was relevant. Well, there's your problem.
There's a problem. Sci-fi plus Fox
equals canceled in one season. That's the rule. You got it.
The only thing that I could see is that people, and you know what, I'm just going to be a jerk here and say that people who watch Fox are too stupid to enjoy.
Whoa!
Fox is kind of a all or nothing kind of station where they're like, we put it in your face. This channel's extreme.
It's true.
Fox, sponsored by Mountain Dew, which sponsors Fox.
And the NRA.
It's an Ouroboros of caffeine and extremeness.
Mm-hmm.
And the NRA. But, I'm going to say that people didn't get it, and then also their budgets probably were way over, because of the, I've seen the first, 7 or 8 episodes, I want to say. Mm-hmm. I haven't really caught up recently, because we've been working.
Tajik Silver Strikes, whatever happened to Scorpion? Whatever did happen to Mac Gargan?
He turned into the anti-Venom.
No, the regular Venom.
Oh, he was the regular Venom attached to the New Avengers, right? Or no,
the Dark Avengers.
The Thunderbolts that turned into the Dark Avengers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now you got it.
I got it.
Kangaroo, yes! Poetasy, there was a kangaroo man, he jumped around. That's what he did. Also, there was a frog man who also jumped around. I guess they were kind of...
I was going to say Captain Boomerang, but that's a DC character.
Oh.
Captain Boomerang, who had 2 generations, almost 3, I think. I think it might have been 3 generations of Captain Boomerangs.
Oh.
There's a 3rd-tier character that will die.
And speaking
I'm
of
passing this boomerang onto you. You have to keep up my legacy. Do I?
Do I gotta keep throwing this fucking thing at those guys?
Do I have to wear that jacket that's got all the boomerangs on it?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. It's Captain Boomerang jacket. Sorry.
It's pro tradition, son. Warner Brothers has
Speaking of
11.
DC.
Warner Brothers has 11 DC Comics movies planned.
This is the bubble. It's gonna burst, folks.
It's an arms race. It's like the USSR and the USA in the fucking 40s and 50s. It's like, we're doing fucking 10 movies over the next few years. Well, we're doing 11. Well, we're doing we got movies planned to 2028.
Oh.
I
feel like that moment in Twister where they
it's a perfect storm.
Yeah, like they're right in the middle, and then they did the belt thing, which would never have worked.
Nope.
And they're sitting in the middle of the Twister, and it's just like the perfect dead center.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, all that shit spinning around, those are all the sequels you don't need to make.
I mean, I feel bad
it's gonna hit somebody.
Because we've also been saying that they need to get on this make some other fucking DC character movies. So I don't want it to seem like we're trying to have it both ways here, folks. But I think Jake's right. This is a bubble that is going to burst.
We have one more Hobbit movie, and then probably they'll make the Silmarillion next.
Oh, you can't even do that. That's not even like a thing.
And then we have Star Wars.
It's like a dictionary, not a story, man.
It's true.
It's an Encyclopedia Middle-earthica?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, they're making Batman and Superman, everybody knows about. They're making a Justice League movie. They're making a Man of Steel 2. Let's see, what else do we got? These aren't even the Sandman.
There's a little bit of speculation, and some of it's based on popularity of comics.
This is an article from Screen Rant, by the way.
Some of it is based on some conjecture and talk from DC execs about what they think could be some popular.
Oh, my dad's gonna be excited! Dad, buckle up for this! They're making a Metal Men movie.
They're thinking about making a Metal Men movie. The Sandman, Metal Men, Fables, Aquaman is another one that's coming up in conversation. Also
100 Bullets.
Also some things are Shazam. Justice League Dark, which would be a team-up of John Constantine, Swamp Thing, and a few other, occult characters from DC.
Wait, no.
Zatanna Zatara? Oh, you want to see that.
No, that would be sweet, but they can't...
Damian Hellstrom.
Is John Constantine in the DC universe?
He sure is.
Really? I thought he was Vertigo.
Well, he's in Vertigo, but he's also made appearances with other things. It's a complicated
I know Sandman
thing.
has.
Yeah, Sandman has, and John Constantine also did appear specifically, I could tell you, in a Sandman comic.
No, well, I know that one.
Well, I mean,
I
then
think I have
it's
that.
sort of implied then,
Yeah.
don't you think? But in any case, yeah.
6 degrees of DC.
And Guillermo del Toro has been talking about making Justice League Dark for some time. Wonder Woman movie also up for grabs here. Also possibly Aquaman. And then it kind of goes a little bit more...
Suicide Squad and Deathstroke. I swear to God, if they make a Deathstroke movie before a Deadpool movie, I will...
Jake, calm down.
I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do.
You heard him. You heard him, folks.
Listen, wait, hold on.
Jake, it sucks because Deathstroke's badass. He's the best. He's the toughest, Jake. I mean, obviously he's probably even tougher than Deadpool. I'm going to back down. I'm backing down from that. I'm backing down. I'm backing down for that, folks. I know. I got to deal with this guy after the broadcast ends. So. Let's see what's
Time bomb.
It's Racerhead and Son of Racerhead.
Oh, gross.
No, it's no good. They just start creating characters based on the never-ending list of Pokemon characters. Oh, sure.
There are more DC... Individually, there are more DC characters and there are more Marvel characters than Pokemon characters.
Easily.
Yeah, see, my dad's excited. Metalman was his first comic book. There's rumor floating around that there's a Deadpool movie. It's been floating around for a while.
I think it's floating because it's dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't just dash my hopes and dreams.
I mean, he was a real strong swimmer. I'm sure he's okay. He's probably just resting. His arms are tired from the swim, and he's just resting, face down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jake, you have to face facts. You have to face facts. Deadpool, Jake, stay with me.
Okay.
We're gonna get him through this together, everyone. Jake, Fox has Deadpool rights. What do you think Fox is gonna do with Deadpool?
I've already seen what Fox does with Deadpool, so, you know.
It's better this way. It's better this way.
Give us a comic book, like a cartoon movie or something. Also, how are they going to do a movie with Constantine if he's in a TV show? Are they going to tie that in, or is it going to be kind of like when fucking Superman Returns came out in the middle of Smallville's run?
I don't know. It's a tough question. It's going to be interesting to see whether the future of the DC Marvel, or the DC movie universe has anything to do with, like, say, for example, the Arrow TV series or the Flash that's coming up here.
No, that's true. I was also reading a cracked article, because apparently that's all I do every day. I was reading a cracked article where they're like, a Deadpool movie's not feasible because A, it's a rated R movie. Mm-hmm. It would have to be a rated R movie. So? It's like Punisher Warzone. Like, it's going to be a rated R movie.
Make some fucking... Who cares?
Right? That's what I'm saying. Make the fucking movie. Make it like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Deadpools. Like, you know, it's gonna be there's gonna be language, there's gonna be killings, but it'll be funny and it'll be dark comedy.
There's a place for it.
Right. And the number 2 is that he's Captain Hamburger Face, and also he wears a mask over that. So then, you know, whoever is lining up to be it, like. Ryan Reynolds said he was totally cool with it, but whoever's acting in that role is not going to get any FaceTime.
No FaceTime.
And that's the other thing. Deadpool's origin story is basically like Joker's origin story.
Where it's multiple choice.
Yeah. Which one was it? I mean, the only thing you really know for certain is that he was part of the X project.
Right. Weapon X.
Weapon X
claim.
But yeah, so...
Okay. That's enough dashing Jake's hopes and dreams. I'm sorry.
Let's move on.
I'm sorry.
Let's move on.
So the Star Wars Episode 7 cast has been actually announced, guys. It's not just articles talking about who might be cast.
People you care about. We got Andy Serkis. You may know him famously as doing the motion capture for Gollum.
Okay, now
Lord of the Rings.
Stop. Before we tell you what he's doing or what they say that he's doing, I'm holding a gun against your head, audience member. I'm holding a gun against your head, and I say,
it's dangerous. I do what he says.
Tell me, I'm a desperate man. I'm a desperate man.
He's not kidding.
Andy Serkis is in this movie. What do you think he's going to be doing in the movie? And then
Your answer is motion capture.
Probably. And according to the article, Andy Serkis playing Andy Serkis,
IO9,
or using his skills at performance capture as some sort of Star Wars creature. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. And then Max von Sydow.
You know who Max von Sydow is.
That's basically... This is an IO9 article. That's exactly what it says. Max von Sydow. You know who Max von Sydow is.
And, of course, the original trio. And those are the only people you know or care about. As discussed before, Adam Driver. Who? Who?
People who watch Girls know who that is. Apparently it's the boyfriend... Lena Dunham's boyfriend on Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Isaac. Domhnall Gleeson... Daisy Ridley and John Boyega.
Boyega! He was the lead in Attack the Block. But you may notice something in the list of names we gave you. Aside, if you don't count Leia, who was kind of like Swish, yes, obviously she's going to be in this. There's only one female name there among the list of people who've been announced for this.
Sausage Party.
Star Wars,
it's long been argued that Star Wars
party.
is just a sausage party, and that's true. And I was hoping that maybe they'd have some kick-ass female characters. In fact, I believe the pairs of who was it? It was Luke and what's her face?
Mara Jade?
Yeah, Luke and Mara Jade had like 2 or 3 kids, and at least one of them was a woman.
Expanded universe doesn't count. It's all gone, guys. The expanded universe is its. Oh, I feel bad. I feel like I'm the executioner. I feel like I'm the executioner over here, like sitting in a black hood. It's over. Everything you wanted, everything you cared about is over. To you.
Let the hate flow through you.
Oh my god, I feel terrible right now. But yeah, the whole expanded universe, which many people loved, many fans. It's gone. Doesn't count anymore. It's fan fiction.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Oh, Adam Sandler is making a movie called Pixels. What is it about? It's about aliens getting broadcast. This is a Variety article. The story centers on aliens misinterpreting video feeds of classic arcade games as a declaration of war against them, leading to an attack on Earth using the games as models for their assaults. Oh, you mean like that Tales of Interest that they did on Futurama?
Right?
But probably way less funnier?
Oh my god.
That's awful. Okay, I'll give Happy Madison Productions this. I enjoyed Grandma's Boy for all its stupidity.
It was a dumb movie.
It was
pretty funny too.
Yeah, it was a funny movie, but obviously if you know anything about video games, that's not how playtesters live. There are a lot of exposés out there about how terrible that fucking work is. Mm-hmm. You don't get an office where you get to dick around and challenge people to DDR.
No.
You show up way too early, you leave way too late, and all you do is
the
same level over and over.
Yeah, you don't get to play fun games. You get to play the same thing all day, every day, and if you manage to make it glitch out, then you get to sit there for the rest of your shift or longer, days even, trying to make it do the exact same thing again.
Repro. Can you repro?
Can you reproduce this glitch?
Oh, that's... Actually, some playtesters will go into a room and then they will test menus. Like, for instance, if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, there's a menu that pops up before you go into your game or when you're in the dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
And some playtesters, all they do is scroll back and forth or click the same option over and over again.
Trying to get it to not do it
Turn
right.
the system on. Turn it off. Click this menu option. Click it again. Does it glitch? Keep clicking it.
Oh my god.
Click it 50 times. And they have like a whole herd of people doing it. My point being, Adam Sandler doesn't know shit about fucking...
Video games?
Well, anything else really, but...
Okay.
I'm sorry, Adam Sandler.
I'm sorry. Alright. We also have, from Variety, Quentin Tarantino's Hateful Eight lawsuit has been dismissed.
For now. No, yeah, if you weren't keeping up with us last few shows, Quentin Tarantino had a script called The Hateful Eight. It got leaked. Mm-hmm. And he took his ball and went home saying that he was not going to make that movie because somebody saw it.
Somebody saw it before it was ready. And now I'm going to punish everybody. I'm going to take my ball and I'm going home.
Well, here's what happened. He filed a lawsuit against Gawker which are, if you're on the internet, you know what Gawker is. They posted a link to a third-party site which had the script up, and he took them to court for copyright infringement. Which, by the way, I would like to point out that in law, more often than not, copyright infringement doesn't have to do with stealing somebody's idea or it should be, but it's really more about doing something to somebody's property where they can't make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So what he went to court was like, oh, well, because Gawker had a hand in spreading the link from this third party, then it's their fault and I want money from them for ruining my movie. So, yeah, but the judge was, there's a quote on the Variety article that basically says the judge was like, there's no fucking evidence, this is all conjecture. You have nothing. Yeah, so they're filing appeals.
Good day, sir.
They're filing appeals, but the funniest thing about it, I think, is the very last sentence of this article says, Tarantino told audience at a reading of the script last Saturday that he was still working on The Hateful Eight. So he pitched the hugest bitch ever.
That's what a crybaby sounds like, everyone. Either that, or
and then he's like, no, I'm still making it. What a jag off.
What happened to you, Tarantino?
Mystery Science Theater 3000 reboot may come online in not too distant future. Well, I don't even need to read this article because I don't feel like it. But I'll say that Laugh Tracks, I believe it's called. Riff Tracks. Riff Tracks is a popular thing. You can download commentary from the people that made Mystery Science Theater 3000 for some of your favorite movies, and you can play that track while you're watching the movie. Mm-hmm. They won't give you the movie because, copyright infringement.
And actually, it's really interesting. The other group that does that, Cinematic Titanic, I believe it was called, basically, half of the guys who worked on Mystery Science Theater started doing riff tracks together, and then the other half went and did Cinematic Titanic, where they basically are both doing a Mystery Science Theater 3000 style riff on what's going on in the movie and making cracking jokes and so forth.
So my question is why is, I know they had story portions. I'm going to be entirely honest and say I've only seen probably a handful of Mystery Science Theater 3000 episodes. Mm-hmm. And the story seemed interesting to me, but, it's kind of I don't know. It would be really interesting to revisit those characters some 20 years later. My point being is that they kind of nailed it with the riff tracks or the Cinematic Titanic. You're doing exactly the same. The only thing that's missing is the storyline of the show, which I would say maybe just keep doing the riff tracks and the Cinematic Titanic, and then release 10 or 15-minute story videos along with
Here's the trick. When they did those Mystery Science Theater 3000, they had to use all these old movies that were dirt cheap.
Right. It was either public domain or it was the license was super cheap.
Right. It's the stuff that gets played on late night television and fucking with horror hosts like Elvira and fucking
they actually did shit. They did El Santo versus the Vampire Wind.
Right. Famously.
Yeah.
To me, anyway. It's the trick is that because they're limited by how much it costs them to show the movie while they're doing it. But with riff tracks and Cinematic Titanic and so forth, it's a lot easier. Particularly riff tracks. I know they have kind of a robust buy it from us. Buy this track for this movie.
I also think that they're thinking old school too, because nobody I don't know, the idea of buying the track.
Well, I understand. But here's the thing. On the other hand, they have to have some kind of mechanism by which they can profit by it, and this way they can make a riff track for, Jurassic Park or Star Wars or whatever else, and then you can hear them laugh and make things about movies that actually might be kind of good or that you might actually kind of enjoy.
But would cost $1 bajillion
to do as a television episode that gets aired on a TV show.
Yeah.
On a TV
I've honestly considered, and I'm not saying we will, but I've honestly considered doing maybe something like that.
Would you be interested in Jake and Trev doing
Tell
riffs?
us in the chat. Do you think it would be cool to listen to us talk about a movie while you watch the movie? Would you like to hear the dulcet tones of our voices
making jokes,
making
cracking
jokes while you watch your favorite films.
Okay, we're nearly toward the end of the broadcast.
Let's buzz through here. Another strike. Last comic standing. Apparently, the post-production editors, which is the worst shit for a a reality show. Post-production, you have to, like, a reality show, you have people following people around with cameras all fucking day. Post-production means that you have to go through, find all the snippets, cut those down, add in the Foley, do everything like that. I imagine the bulk of the work on a reality show is probably done in post-production. Apparently, they were on a 2-day strike, and it ends with a union deal. So
they've unionized under the International Association of Theatrical Workers, or theatrical. There it is. Yeah, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees has unionized them, and so now at least they feel they're going to get a better deal. What's interesting to me about this is that I think, just if I may speculate wildly for everybody, I think that the TV strike. The TV writers' strike back a few years back when Heroes and Lost and everything basically totally lost their navigation point too.
Yeah. They became shitty for that. If you want to know
I think
when
they're
Lost,
scared. I think they're scared
especially
now.
Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those definitely went off the rails at that point. And I think TV networks in particular, I think Hollywood is kind of scared of the idea of these strikes now, and I think they're kind of more willing to respond to them more quickly.
There's still a lot of shady stuff. I mean, there's still a lot of, crap that people have to deal with in the industry. It's bad. Apparently, Danny Boyle is in talks for another Steve Jobs movie. Originally, it was supposed to be what's his face? The guy who directed Fight Club, Social Network.
David Fincher?
It was supposed to be David Fincher, and David Fincher was like, nah. So I guess it's on to Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle, most known for, I want to say, Trainspotting.
Mm-hmm.
He directed Trainspotting. Yeah, so apparently he's doing that. I don't care.
Another Steve Jobs movie.
Yeah.
Just what we all needed. Okay. Director Richard Donner confirmed Steven Spielberg has a story for Goonies 2. So, again, and this isn't a confirmation about anything else.
Yeah.
This is just Donner saying that Steven Spielberg has a story that could work for Goonies 2, the sequel.
Not needed. Sorry, guys. Leave your nostalgia in the past, because if you bring it to the future, you'll get nothing but disappointment. Do you understand? I don't know if people, I feel like people understand, but I don't think studios understand. I think they get that there's a property that people understand. Oh, and that goes along with our, where is it? Did I close it out? I hope I didn't close it out. I might have on accident. The Sherman and Peabody movie lost $70 million.
$57 million, I think.
Oh, 57.
Yeah, the Peabody. $57 million in the hole on that. So you know what's not coming anytime soon? An Apes of Fable movie, a Fractured Fairy Tales. None of that.
They did, but that's the thing. They did a Rocky and Bullwinkle movie.
Was it successful?
No.
What about the Mountie guy, Dudley Do-Right? That was successful, right?
No!
Well, what about, shit. I'm running out of, sidetrack fucking terrible, they did a George of the Jungle movie. That, turned out pretty well, right?
No! Well, some people still like it from their childhood or whatever, but I remember it vaguely.
Paul W.S. Anderson talks about Resident Evil 6 and reveals the title. And the most interesting thing here is that they are going ahead with Resident Evil 6.
Can I say that when Resident Evil came out, I was very disappointed in it.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm just very disappointed I'm so disappointed in the video game series that I don't even care at this point. I mean, the movies went off the rails in, the first movie.
Yeah.
So it didn't even really matter.
Well, the first movie, here's what I think is interesting. The first movie was actually the best in the series. And here's why. Because it still had a lot of things in common, and it wasn't so completely over the top that it was rendered utterly unbelievable. From 2 forward, Alice got so absurdly powerful and capable that all tension in the series has completely drained out, it is anemic with tension. Like, there's just none to be had.
She's just the superhero.
She's the best. Paul W.S. Anderson loves his wife, you guys. He loves her.
That's his wife.
She's the best. She's the best. I love her so goddamn much.
The whole series is just a love letter to her.
And you know what? I love my wife, but I don't want to put her in everything that I make and make her into some kind of fucking superwoman. It's, it's just silly. Grow up. Grow up.
Alright, so Tron 3.
A lot of bile here on the J&TRE program tonight.
So Tron 3, and here's the thing, I feel like they set up Tron 3 in Tron 2.
Sure did.
Tron Legacy. Haven't heard much of it.
No, well, it wasn't a big profitable movie.
So what's happening with it?
Well, I mean, like you said, they definitely set things up for that.
So they're talking about making another one. They're in talks right now.
Bruce Boxleitner, for example, I know is a big champion of making another one. Bruce Boxleitner, the original Tron, the actual character Tron in the movie Tron.
The Franzman.
The Franzman. But yeah, so you're right. They set it up really well. They introduced the
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy's character, the son of Ed Dillinger from the first movie.
Who was also in a dick, right?
Yeah, he was the dick in that movie. So they introduced the dick, the son of the dick from the first movie in the second movie.
As a dick.
As also a dick. And then, so, I mean, they definitely seem to be setting that up from the third movie. So hopefully they'll have some fun. I'll go watch it, especially if they get
I enjoyed it.
They get Daft Punk back for the soundtrack again.
Of course they will.
Of course they will. That shit'll be the shit.
It's gonna be dope as hell.
Oh my god.
Alright, and the last thing, we got like a minute left. Let's scroll down here and see what... rumor of Poltergeist being remade. As far as horror movies are concerned, those are remade left and right. I feel like that's the first go-to for remakes. And maybe it'll change.
Poetasy seems to think that if we consumed alcohol while we were riffing, that would be a good idea.
That would be pretty fun. Again, we brought it up on the show before, doing a drunk show. Might be fun. We brought that up earlier, Poetasy. We talked about it at the Ordoc tomorrow, the Pop Culture Show. Be there if you're in Marquette. It'll be pretty fun.
We won't be able to
make it, but...
we got some plans for the next episode of J&TRE that we got to get rolling right away. So
I hope it comes out soon. The sooner it gets a DVD release, the sooner I can look at 4 and 5. Which
I don't know.
Which series? What are you talking about, Kara? All right, and then time for a good Fallout movie, says my dad. It would be interesting, but I don't know. I feel like Fallout. They did make a good Fallout movie. It was called The Book of Eli.
Kinda, yeah.
Or A Boy and His Dog.
Yeah, but A Boy and His Dog is pretty classic for that.
There was a vault in that, and that vault was fucked up. I'd love to see a version of that in Fallout 4. Fallout 4 confirmed.
That's the joke of the century there.
That's the joke. If you're not familiar, every Fallout fan's like, just announced Fallout 4 already, Bethesda, and it's like, they're gonna make it. It is a money printing machine, not as much money printing as, say, Elder Scrolls. But... So obviously it's not their first priority. But yeah, we're going to get a Fallout 4. They're just not going to announce it until they're good and fucking ready. So.
Okay.
But that's
and then, lightning that round, we have seconds to go. Rob Lowe joins the cast of Monster Trucks. What's Monster Trucks?
Nobody fucking knows.
Good fucking question. It's got a whole bunch of talent attached to it. It's going to be like some kind of melding of live action and animation. But, as Jake correctly pointed out before the broadcast, that's every movie because everything's done with CG now, and that's just animation, bro. So, guess what? It's all a mashup of animation and live action.
So, what is Monster Trucks?
The plot outline is being kept under wraps.
Even on the IMDb page, it has all of the actors, and all it says is the plot outline is being kept under wraps for now. We know that Chris Wedge is rumored to direct. Glenn Berger and Jonathan Abel are writing the screenplay. It's got Jane Levy, Rob Lowe, Barry Pepper, Lucas Still, Thomas Lennon, Amy Ryan, Danny Glover, Frank Whaley, damn you, Holt McCallany, for ruining my streak. Chad Willett, Tucker the Trucker.
Tucker Albrisi?
And Adrian Formosa. The point being is that who cares? You haven't got a director. All you have is actors and a script. That's not news.
Guys, We're
All we
ending the
know is that
broadcast.
it's called Monster Trucks, and that could be fucking anything that has to do with Monster Trucks.
I want to end the broadcast on another report. This is a Jake and Trev Review Everything Live exclusive. Peanut Butter Disaster is rumored to be working on a cop exploitation movie set in the near future called Force Squad 20XDX.
What is it about? Rumor. It's undisclosed.
It's undisclosed. We're keeping it under wraps for now. And it's just a rumor.
If you're on Twitter, hashtag Force Squad 20XXDX. That's 2XXX.
Right.
Hashtag Force Squad 2XXX, and be like, what is it about?
Help us start
Trend that shit.
So thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. Always a pleasure to have you. No live, no after show tonight. Always lots of love for you guys, but we got some shit to take care of.
Yeah.
So have a good night, guys, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.